Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Erroneous One with a pretty important Kingdom Hearts Unchained key update that we just got off of Twitter. Oops, there, went right there actually, in case you briefly saw that. Um, the biggest thing is Sena actually went back and changed the medal back to the way it was advertised. So I just got that Twitter notification not too long ago. So let's take a look at that real quick. Here we go. Regarding the Jack and Sally medal, we would like to provide a follow-up and resolution regarding the recent error with the Jack and Sally medal, wherein the parameters posted were not correct. First, they apologize. Okay. Um, and also for how long it took, because it kind of was strange. It took them more than 40 hours to provide a fix to this, which is kind of oddball. So I wasn't too sure what was going on with that one. It was my hope that with it taking this long, they were really looking at it and we're gonna give us like a bigger resolution, and by bigger I mean like actually fixing the metal back to the way it was advertised, amongst other things. So that's what they did, and it's saying here that Jack and Slam metal for the global version of the game was originally intended to have adjusted parameters, the parameters that were shown in game, and not the parameters posted in the notice. The reason for this adjustment was because we believed that the unadjusted metal would be too powerful for the current state of the global version of the game. I do call hacks on that. The metal would not have been too powerful for this version of the game right now. What it would have done is put us on an even kill with what they were trying to release for the most part. That's what that would have changed. So I don't think it's too powerful for the metal for the game as it stands in the NA side right now. I don't buy that at all. I mean, that's the excuse they're going to use. I'm not surprised they're going to use that excuse, but I don't I don't agree with that statement at all. However, this adjustment was not properly communicated internally, mainly because they left that notice of what the Jack and Sally medal would do up for the entire duration of the high score challenge, which was 7 days. So for 7 days, they had this notification up there, and no one caught that until the very last hour or two of the event, apparently. So there's that. Um, so I guess I'm assuming that somebody in their offices, since it was not probably communicated internally, somebody just got fired more than likely. So that kind of sucks for them. But it resulted in the incorrect parameters being posted in the notice, and we are reviewing our internal procedures to make sure that this kind of error does not occur again in the future. With that being said, here's where it comes in. After carefully assessing the situation as a whole and discussing which course of action to take, we decided to change the in-game parameters of the Jack and Slam medal to match what was originally posted in the notice. Hell yeah. And these will be corrected tomorrow morning. So it should show up tomorrow morning when we log in, the change up in our medals. We made this decision after considering the amount of time, money, and effort that players put into to earn the medal as advertised, and that it would not be right or fair to our players if we did not stay true to our word. In addition to correcting the in-game parameters, we'll be sending 300 jewels to all players as an apology for our delay in resolving this issue. Okay. Okay. The biggest issue on this one that I had was the medal being put back as advertised. That is what has happened. Great job, Sena. I'm so happy you guys actually listened to us and actually changed it back the way you had it advertised. Again, I don't agree with it being too powerful for the game as it stands, but that's a whole different story. It got changed back, or it is going to be changed back, and that's what we wanted. I wasn't going to be super greedy about this. I wasn't going to demand, more medals, more Jack and Sally medals so I can get mine guilted. I wasn't going to demand, although that is a problem because I probably would have stayed in top 200 if it hadn't been for the hackers. I wasn't wanting that. I was wanting the medal that I fought for to be as it was advertised, and that is now what we have. The fact that we're getting 300 jewels as a compensation for the delay, I think we're kind of getting a little gypped in that regard. But again, it's free jewels, and I'm not going to quibble over getting free jewels after what just happened. I mean, because the medal has been fixed. That's been great. So, for reference right here, we are going to get back to the way it was. So, the most important aspect of me for this game, in this particular medal, is the fact that the gauge cost goes down to 2. That makes this medal much more manageable for me in my Keyblade setups than it being a gauge cost of 3. That actually did cause a few slight issues in my setup at first. And it's only 1 gauge. You're like, how much can that really bother you? But when you're being gauge conscious and trying to put in a bunch of the things, like if I'm trying to run my Ice Titan, which costs 4 gauge, it's much more easier to run him when Jack and Sally cost 1 less. And on top of that, the buffs last for an extra turn, so that's also great as well. So all around, that's pretty good setup there. Once again, we do apologize for any inconvenience and confusion that our mistake caused, and we thank you for your understanding and continued support of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Cool. So that's it, guys. Sena did listen to us. We are getting our medal just about the way it's advertised. That's awesome. We did all band together, and we pretty much won this. Everybody, a whole bunch of people, and I'm pretty sure more than anything else, it was all those people who were calling and demanding refunds for false advertisement. Sena was getting hit by Google Play and by Apple about false advertisement claims, and I don't know how much they lost in revenue from all those refunds. I myself got $100 refunded back to me earlier. Uh, so, I mean, and some people got more. I know a person who actually got refunded back $600, the full $600 that he spent in that 2 week time period between the Illustrated Sephiroth Carnival starting up through the entire event. He got refunded all that, so that was great for him. I wasn't, I didn't really go out of my way. I said that, during the time of the event, I spent $100 and I got that back. So I'm not going to quibble over the excess money I spent prior to that. I mean, it wasn't my goal to, hurt them just for the sake of hurting them in this regard. It was my goal to get back what I lost during the event of the high score challenge, which was that 7 days. And in that 7 days, I lost about $100 due to this issue. I say lost. I'm going to utilize that again, which I did. I got one more Illustrated Sora, so I now need one more to get him gilded, which would be nice. In hopes of getting one of the new SRK medals, which brings me into that one. We won this challenge here with Sena about the Jack and Sally medal being corrected. Now we need to win the battle with the SRK medal. So in this regard, I encourage you all to contact Sena, go on their Twitter page, utilize the customer service application here at the app or even online, and voice your I won't say complaint, but voice your observation that it's really not fair that the NA side of this game is being required to have gilded premium medals, in order to get the new trio medals coming out. Because we are not the JP side. JP side can pull like 3 or 4 premiums in one 10 draw. They pull like 3 or 4 premiums. That's their draw rate. Their draw rate is significantly higher than ours is by a stupid amount. And we on the NA side can't cope with that. So voice your opinion on one. I mean, obviously they're listening to us, and if enough people and complain about it, and I guess pretty much say, hey, we're not going to purchase any more jewels, or we're not going to do too many more pulls. You're going to see a drop in pulls, as opposed to doing like a 10 pull from now on. I might just draw like maybe like 2 or 3 times in a new banner, and that's going to be it. Because that's like blatantly just like. I mean, why bother at that point in time? I mean, I can't spend thousands of dollars in order to get one medal gilded because of a pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong, the SRK medal is a really good medal. It's going to be a great medal to have. 0 cost. I think it's like 11 or 13 hit magic medal. That's going to be great to have, and I would really like to have it. And more than likely, I'm going to get it because I'm only like 3 pulls away from getting the Illustrated Sora, the guaranteed one. So I can gilt my Illustrated Sora, which will probably happen more than likely, but that shouldn't be a requirement for us. There are a whole bunch of players here, like 95% of your players on the NA side, on the global side, aren't gonna have the money for that. They aren't gonna do that. They aren't gonna go over there and are gonna be able to gilt those things. They might be able to draw for them and pull like a copy or two, probably like a copy of each perhaps, for the pulls that they're able to do so. But gilting it isn't feasible. And again, you can't treat the NA side like the JP side in terms of the draw rates and requirements to get those kind of medals, because it doesn't function that way. It cannot. We are not able to function that way due to the draw rates, and that's just the way it is. So again, I encourage you guys, go to Twitter, go to their main Twitter site, tell them here on the customer service thing that they need to change it out. That does need to be fixed and not happen going forward, unless they want to adjust our draw rates to where our draw rates are similar to the JP draw rates, which I would absolutely love. I would love to be able to pull 3 or 4 premiums in one 10 pull. That'd be absolutely amazing. I doubt it's ever going to happen, but it'd be nice to have. Until that happens, this should not be a requirement, and I encourage every single one of you to go out there and voice that opinion consistently. Keep on hammering that to them until they get the point across. Other than that, guys, the Jack and Time medal is fixed. I'm pleased. I'm happy with this one. Sena did fix this. Took a little too long for them to fix this, but they did fix it. So that's awesome. We did win that one. Let's see now if we can win the SRK battle in terms of that. You guys take care. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let me know what you guys think about the situation now and what you guys plan on doing in the future in terms of the game, and also contacting them about getting the SRK requirements fixed. Good. Take care, guys.